Dallas got to stray away from focusing on Tatum and Brown at this point. They got to focus on the role players. Let Tatum and Brown combine for 50, 60 points and keep the other guys under 30, and you'll win. You might win a game. But also, they need to focus on their free throws. 25% from the free throw line. I've never seen a number that low in an NBA Finals game. I really haven't.
It's hard to do.
7 of 20. I'm sorry. I read that it was a 3-point. Still 25% from 3-pointer. 50% from the free throw line. Terrible.
That's half.
Yeah, and then in game 1, they were 60% from the line. So, I mean, now I know game 1. Let's see.
And they're getting more free throws than Boston, which, they've got a favorable.
You have Luka, Falbe, Doncic. Yeah. So
you've gotten a favorable whistle to this point. If you're the Mavericks, how do you plan to win? Because you've gotten a favorable whistle. The Celtics shot really badly in game 2 from the 3-point line. Are both of those things going to hold up? The Mavericks might continue to trend up in free throws, but the Celtics are going to shoot better than they did last night.
It's time to start praying.
Last night was the perfect combination for Dallas. You got the awesome Luka game, the game that, we're watching it and it feels like Luka, if he's going to steal a game in this series, it's going to be this one because everything was going in. And combo that with the bad shooting night for Boston from pretty much everybody not named Drew Holiday. And, that's the perfect recipe for a Dallas win, to steal one early in the series and kind of give yourself some hope. It's not likely that Boston shoots that poorly again from 3. And
they won't.
While it's totally likely that Luka will continue to perform well. When are they going to turn their Lob City threats back on? And when are they going to get the corner threes going for PJ Washington and the other guys going again?
The only problem is that since the 3-pointers haven't been falling, the Celtics have been more inside the arch because they haven't been worried about the Mavericks knocking down those threes. So now the pick and roll game is completely out of the question when they're almost running 2-3 on them at this point, which is really embarrassing if you're Dallas. So, the threes have to fall before the pick and roll can open up. And so if the threes don't fall, this series is 100% over, which, like I said, I think it's over, but who knows?
They would have to play 4 perfect games, and the Celtics would have to play 4 really bad games.
Yeah. Are the Celtics losing?
The Celtics have not done that.
Out of 5 games. No way.
No. Celtics haven't lost 4 out of 5 since probably
2023, 2022.
No, for 22. They almost did after the Heat series, but then they almost came back. Almost lost my hair that series. True story.
What if?
Glad you didn't make that bet this year.
Yeah, no, I was not betting on that team after they had added the players they did in the offseason. The sad NBA fan of me knew it was over. So now we're just here watching it happen. So yeah, good luck, Dallas. It's over. Honestly, not too pissed. Your fans suck. So.
As we established, did we put them in the F tier?
No, they were in D. They sat in D right next to the Celtics fans, actually.
I saw a poor Mavs fan in the comments of a YouTube clip we did. He was like, what did we do?
Yeah.
Everything. You do everything wrong. No,
especially if you're a Spurs or Rockets fan in Texas. Dallas fans just, for whatever reason, feel like they got to let you know.
It's the entitlement of being in Dallas.
Yeah, it really is. Dallas, you suck. I hate everything about Dallas.
Sorry, Evan.
Don't quote me about. Oh yeah, Evan. I don't want to get started. Evan had the worst Pittsburgh Steelers take of the morning.
Don't give him any more shine.
Mike Tomlin, overrated.
No,
it's over.
Stop.
Nope, it was in the group chat. You don't need to live out our group chats on the air.
All right, let's play these games. Will.
Wait.
We're talking about it before the NFL season starts. Wait. We have to talk about other things before the NFL or before the game starts. What are you talking about?
We're definitely not talking about the NFL. Not an NFL.
I know, that's not what I meant.
But
going back in our text to see what I wrote down.
Can we just, is it time? We don't have to have the conversation, but is it time to have a Kyrie conversation? Or do we have to wait for the series to actually be over?
No, we can have it now.
Because
Kyrie's been awful. And Spencer, you started actually. Go ahead.
I mean, he's been the biggest disappointment in this finals. And honestly, outside of round one, I was, me of all people, known Kyrie hater, was singing his praises for being their best player, Dallas's best player in that round one series. And I guess, I mean, Luka, there's a whole nother thing here with Luka. I mean, before the game last night, he's bandaged up like a mummy. I mean, he looks ridiculous. And we get a new injury report every day. And look, I understand you probably are banged up. Hurt. Your knee probably is tweaked. You probably did fall pretty hard on your back at some point. You know, dude, we're playing into games, 90 through 100 right now. Everybody has something. Everybody's banged up to an extent.
Well, Luka's not complaining about it, though.
But he is. Okay, I don't want to say he's not going out and saying, oh, I hurt. But does he really does wear the injury well. Like, if he is the least bit hurt, you're going to know about it. Like, he's going to overweight. Play it up.
That's what happens when you're out of shape.
Oh, I don't even mean the out of shape thing, but good point. He is also out of shape. Hey, Luka, if you've gotten to a little bit better shape in the off seasons, you might maybe not have so many wear and tear injuries. But that point aside, if that's what was slowing Luka down in the first round, I thought Kyrie was excellent. I thought he really lifted the Mavericks up. He averaged 16 a game in that Oklahoma City series. I mean, they had the perfect combination of guys to throw at him. Shea, J-Dub, Kassan Wallace, all those guys, perfect like Kyrie stoppers, right? And then, he had his moments in the Timberwolves series, but I think everybody kind of thought Luka was kind of back to his normal excellence in that series. And then now he's got two absolute stinkers to start this playoff series.
Terrible.
And, we kind of danced around it earlier. Is it a fluke? But we're now 0-12. Kyrie's now 0-12. And I'm not saying it's because of the stomp, but since he spat and then stomped all over the logo, he's 0-12 against Boston. And there's a lot to that. That's across multiple teams. It's across the Kevin Durant Nets, the Luka Doncic Mavericks. There's something to it. And I don't think it's bad karma. I think it's more so just like, I think it's really hard to win in Boston. It's really hard to win there when everybody in the building hates you. And I think the Celtics, even though they try to play nice with him, and I think some of them are still close in some regard, they definitely take it up a notch against him. I mean, that one clip that's going around of Jaylen Brown just absolutely putting him in jail. I mean, that's excellent defense, but I mean, he's visibly kind of, he's very excited for this matchup, right? As are a lot of these guys. And I think they know of the importance of it and that they don't want Kyrie to beat them. And it's just, you kind of already said it earlier, Will, he's a far cry from where he was in that 2016 Cavaliers playoff run, man. This is a lot different version of Kyrie.
I mean, I know he's 32 now, but still 32, yeah, sure. You should be still in somewhat of the peak, at least on the down end of your peak for basketball standards. I know LeBron has probably extended that in our minds. We're thinking now players and KD and really Curry, 36, 37, and 40. Now we're thinking that this prime should last a little longer, but you look at players like Westbrook and Harden, they're now entering age 35 seasons and they're declining. But I was expecting, especially after a 26 point per game season from Kyrie, I mean, where did that go? I mean, that's got to show up, especially in the games. And I mean, it's not like Kyrie's a playoff choker by any means. I mean, quite literally, him and LeBron double-handedly won that championship in 2016. I had to say double. I mean, it was a team effort. 40-40. What? Game 5 and 6, they both scored 40. And that was a legendary final. I'm not going to talk about 16, a long time ago. But yeah. So, Kyrie's got to play better. And I don't know. I don't know where Dallas goes with Kyrie after this season either, because do you kind of take a step back and it's like, okay, well, you're going to be 33 next season. Do we trade you while your trade value's high? I don't even know how much left is on his contract, to be honest. He's got a couple years, I think. So I don't know. Only time will tell at this point. And I think Kyrie would want me to think that way. So let the universe handle it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right, Will.